Hello everyone, this is Ibrahim Hashmi and welcome to my vlog Wings to Istanbul Part-2 Topkapi Palace. On this bright day, as I stepped out of my hotel onto the lively streets of Istanbul, the city greeted me with its usual charm. While walking in the streets, I suddenly heard the sound of drums and violins with a cheerful music. I became curious. I followed the sound and found a cultural dance festival happening right on the street. I enjoyed it a lot. After the lively experience at the cultural dance festival, I continued my day by visiting one of Istanbul's most iconic landmarks, Topkapi Palace. A short walk or a ride through the bustling streets brought me to this grand complex, which once served as the heart of the Ottoman Empire. As I approached the first gate of Topkapi Palace, the grandeur of the entrance immediately caught my eye. Known as the Imperial Gate, its towering structure stood as a reminder of the palace's significance in Ottoman history. The intricate details on the gate reflected centuries of craftsmanship, and I could feel the weight of history in the air. As I approached the gate, I saw a long queue of tourists waiting for their turn to get entered. The weather was so bright and windy. I strolled there for some time. Then I joined a long queue for getting the entry. As I passed through the Grand Imperial Gate, I stepped into the first courtyard of Topkapi Palace. The space was vast and peaceful, lined with tall trees and pathways that seemed to echo the footsteps of centuries past. The courtyard was filled with people from all over the world. This is Aya Irene. Built in the 4th century, it is one of the oldest churches in Istanbul, predating the Hagia Sophia. It was built in the first courtyard. Passing through the first courtyard, I arrived at the magnificent second gate of Topkapi Palace, known as the Gate of Salutation. This gate marked the entrance to the inner palace, where only the most privileged could pass during the Ottoman era. As I walked through its arches, I imagined the sultans, officials, and ambassadors who once crossed this threshold. Beyond it lay the second courtyard, a space filled with history, beauty, and the secrets of the empire. The journey deeper into the palace had truly begun. As I stepped through the ornate gates leading into the harem of Topkapi Palace, I entered a world of mystery and intrigue. This secluded area, once home to the Sultan's family and concubines, it was off limits to all but the highest ranking officials. As I made my way through the harem, I came upon the courtyard of the Black Eunuchs, a unique and historically significant part of Topkapi Palace. This secluded area was where the Black Eunuchs, trusted servants and guardians of the harem, lived and worked. Their roles were highly influential as they were responsible for the protection and supervision of Sultan's women. The courtyard itself was simple yet dignified, with high walls and peaceful gardens, offering a sense of privacy and separation from the rest of the palace. Some of its area was closed due to some restoration work, so I could not be able to get inside. The entrance to the harem, known as the harem portal, is both grand and mysterious, serving as the gateway to one of the most private and secretive areas of Topkapi Palace. Only the Sultan, his closest advisors, and those granted permission could pass through this portal. As I passed through, I felt a sense of stepping into a different world, one of power, intrigue, and intimacy, where the lives of the royal family were carefully guarded and shielded from view. This area was the special passage for sultans, which was also known as Golden Road. Golden Road is a stunning and symbolic pathway that led deeper into the private quarters of Topkapi Palace. This narrow, beautifully tiled corridor, named for the golden hues of its intricate designs, was once reserved for the Sultan and his closest family members. As I walked along its path, I couldn't help but imagine the whispers of palace life that echoed through its walls and the secrets held within the chambers it connected. The beauty and elegance of the Golden Road made it feel like a bridge between the world of power and the personal, hidden lives of the Sultan's family. As I walked through the harem, I came upon the passage of concubines, a narrow, winding corridor that once connected the private chambers of the Sultan's concubines. This quiet path, hidden from the public eye, was a place where the women of the harem moved between their rooms, rarely seen by anyone other than the Sultan himself or trusted servants. It was a reminder of the complex and often hidden lives of the concubines, whose stories, though largely untold, played an important role in the palace's history and the Sultan's reign. As I explored the harem, I came to the private apartment of the Sultan's mother, a place of great significance and influence within the palace, known as the Walid Sultan's quarters. This was where the Sultan's mother, often the most powerful woman in the empire, lived. Her apartment was elegant yet serene, with stunning tilework, intricate details, and a view that overlooked the palace gardens. It was said that the Walid Sultan held considerable sway over court affairs and the Sultan himself. Walking through her chambers, I could feel the weight of the power and respect she commanded, not just as a mother, but as a key figure in the political life of the empire. The soft natural light that filtered through the windows cast a warm glow over the luxurious but modest furniture, offering a sense of both comfort and control. Within the harem of Topkapi Palace lies the Sultan's Hammam, a luxurious and private bathing area reserved for the Sultan himself. This beautifully designed space is a testament to the Ottoman love for bathing culture, where relaxation and ritual intertwined. The hammam was not just a place for cleanliness, it was a retreat where the Sultan could unwind, enjoy solitude, and even conduct important discussions in an intimate setting. The space exuded a sense of calm and luxury, offering a glimpse into the Sultan's private world. Entering the imperial hall of the harem, I was struck by its sheer grandeur and the sense of awe that filled the space. This majestic room was the heart of the harem's daily life and where the Sultan would meet with his family and close officials. The hall's high ceilings, adorned with intricate painted designs and delicate chandeliers, give it an air of both elegance and power. The walls were covered in exquisite tile work, each piece telling a story of the empire's artistic mastery. In the heart of the imperial hall of the harem stood the Sultan's throne, a symbol of his supreme power and authority over the empire. This was the place where the Sultan would receive visitors, make crucial decisions, and hold audiences with high-ranking officials. The surrounding area was carefully designed for comfort and privacy, ensuring that the Sultan was always in control of the situation. The dome of the Imperial Hall is a true architectural marvel, soaring high above the room and adding to the hall's sense of grandeur. Its intricate design is both a work of art and a symbol of the power of the Ottoman Empire. Hidden away in the harem of Topkapi Palace are the private chambers of Sultan Murad III, a space that reflects both his personal style and the complexities of his reign. These chambers were designed to provide the Sultan with the utmost privacy and comfort, a retreat from the pressures of ruling an empire. Next, I arrived at the courtyard of the favorites, a space that once buzzed with the activity of the Sultan's most favored concubines. This secluded courtyard was where the women who held the Sultan's affection spent their days, each vying for the attention and favor that could elevate their status in the palace. The courtyard itself was peaceful and beautifully landscaped, with fountains, flowers, and shaded areas, offering the women a place of calm and peace. I further explored the prayer area and the courtyard of Walid Sultan, which were mesmerizing. As I left harem, I had strange feelings of astonishment and sadness. The harem is a place that stays with you long after you leave. Next was the Babusade Aghas, also known as the Aghas of the Gate of Felicity, were elite members of the Ottoman court entrusted with the sacred duty of protecting the Sultan and controlling access to his innermost realm. These Aghas were the elite eunuchs entrusted with the Sultan's trust and the smooth functioning of the Ottoman court. They were among the most powerful and influential figures in palace life. Led by the chief gatekeeper Agha, they controlled access to the inner palace, determining who was worthy of entering the Sultan's presence. Stepping through the Gate of Felicity, or Babusade, You enter the heart of the Ottoman Empire, the inner court, a realm reserved for the Sultan and his closest circle. It is a world of unparalleled exclusivity, where every step reveals the grandeur and secrecy of imperial life. The first sight beyond the gate is the serene beauty of the third courtyard, surrounded by lush gardens, marble walkways, and finely crafted pavilions. The Gate of Felicity was not merely a passage, it was a boundary between the public and the private, the ordinary and the extraordinary. Today, as I was standing before the Gate of Felicity, I was not just a visitor. I was a witness to the echoes of an empire that once spanned continents. This walk was not just a physical journey. It was a step back in time, surrounded by the disciplined silence that defined the Sultan's court. Nestled within the grandeur of Topkapi Palace lies the Imperial Council Chamber, or the Diwan-e-Humayun, a space where the weight of the Ottoman Empire's destiny was decided. This was no ordinary chamber. It was the heart of governance, a stage where the empire's most crucial matters were debated and resolved. The Imperial Council was composed of the empire's highest-ranking officials, including Grand Viziers, military leaders, and legal scholars. These men gathered beneath the chamber's domed ceiling, discussing everything from military campaigns to trade agreements and legal disputes. The design of the chamber reflects its significance. Adorned with stunning tiles, gilded details, and intricate calligraphy, the room exudes an air of solemnity and power. The Sultan himself rarely attended. Instead, he would observe from a hidden window above, ensuring that his presence, though unseen, loomed large over every decision. It was here that the policies that shaped one of the world's greatest empires were formulated. The chamber was also the seat of justice, where petitions from citizens were reviewed, reinforcing the Sultan's role as both ruler and protector of his people. Standing within these walls, I could hear the whispers of history. Within the majestic walls of the Topkapi Palace Museum lies one of the most captivating collections of arms and artifacts in the world, a display of the Ottoman Empire's military prowess and craftsmanship. These treasures of war and artistry showcase the empire's rise to power and the legacy of its conquests. The imperial arsenal, part of the palace's treasury, houses a stunning array of weapons that are both tools of war and works of art. From exquisitely adorned swords to finely crafted daggers, these pieces reflect the skill and artistry of Ottoman craftsmen. Among them are weapons gifted to the sultans by foreign rulers, each telling a story of diplomacy and power. The collection also features a fascinating range of firearms, including early matchlock, muskets, and pistols adorned with mother of pearl and precious metals. These weapons reveal the Ottoman Empire's embrace of innovation, combining artistry with cutting-edge military technology of the time. Then the gold chain armor, a symbol of protection, power, and imperial grandeur on the battlefield. As I stepped out from the museum's entrance, the atmosphere begins to change. The cool, quiet corridors of the Topkapi Palace Museum open up to reveal the breathtaking expanse of the third courtyard, a place of profound history, elegance, and serenity. After having some rest, I went to the throne room, called the ceremonial throne of the Ottoman Sultan. The Sultan's throne was not simply for royal comfort. It was a place where monumental decisions were made. It was here that the Sultan would hold court, receiving foreign ambassadors, meeting with his viziers, and issuing imperial decrees that would ripple across the empire. The throne was made of gold, velvet, and precious metals, and I loved it. After that, I stepped into the audience chamber where power and diplomacy intertwined. In the end, I visited the sacred relics chamber, a place of profound significance where sacred items of immense spiritual value are carefully preserved. These relics, once belonging to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and other revered figures of Islamic history, carry a sense of divine connection that transcends time. Due to certain reasons, the visitors were not allowed to take pictures or make videos in the sacred relics chamber. So after having some spiritual peace and calm, I headed back to the exit way. Stepping out from the grandeur of Topkapi Palace, I found myself in the open embrace of the first courtyard. As I walked through the courtyard, my gaze naturally shifted to the horizon, where the shimmering waters of the Bosphorus Sea stretched endlessly before me. The view was magnificent. After coming out, just steps away, the towering silhouette of Hagia Sophia dominates the skyline, its vast dome and graceful minarets reaching for the heavens. Once a cathedral, then a mosque, and now a museum, stands as a bridge between two worlds, Byzantine and Ottoman, East and West. Beside it, almost as if in quiet conversation with the great church, stands the fountain of Sultan Ahmed III, an exquisite symbol of Ottoman grace and opulence. As I continue to walk forward, the vibrant energy of Istanbul surrounded me. With each step forward, I felt the contrast between the serene beauty of these monuments and the pulse of life around me. As I was roaming around the Sultan Ahmed Square, I found myself immersed in the heart of Istanbul's rich history. As I strolled around Sultan Ahmed Square, the air was filled with a sense of timeless history. This place was crowded with many people from all across the globe. Drawn by an inexplicable pull, I decided to step into Hagia Sophia. As I crossed its threshold, the grandeur of its towering dome and intricate mosaics took my breath away. Standing beneath the vast expanse of the dome, I felt a profound sense of peace wash over me. The whispers of prayers from centuries past seemed to linger in the air, reminding me of the enduring power of faith and human connection. Tourists around me seemed fascinated by the scene. Many of them quietly watched the prayers, some even recording the moment on their phones. It felt like a special connection between history, faith, and curiosity. After leaving Hagia Sophia, I walked to a nearby market. First, I enjoyed my time in the open air, watching people pass by and soaking in the relaxed vibe of the evening. It was a perfect way to end my day, surrounded by warmth of the market and the gentle buzz of life around me. After spending some quality time, I headed to the food street area, where the air was filled with tempting aromas of grilled kebabs, fresh bread, and sweet desserts. The lively atmosphere was filled with the delicious smells of grilled meat, fresh bread, and spices. I found a cozy spot and enjoyed a delicious dinner, savoring every bite of the flavorful local dishes. With a full stomach and a happy heart, I decided to call it a day, marking the perfect end to a memorable evening. Thank you very much for watching.